This is episode 15 of the Morebegs Den. Welcome to the Den, lads. How is it going? I'm your host, Phil Spillane. Yet again, episode 15. How exciting. And before I introduce my guest, I just have a little short announcement. I've been doing this podcast for about 1 or 2 years, and it's absolutely fantastic. But one little hurdle we always had was a location to shoot it in. And we've done it in many different locations, but I'd like to find a permanent spot in Cork City. So if anyone has any ideas, I'm looking for ideas, let me know. If you know me personally, you can also give a mention to me. I'm open to anything really. I got all the sound equipment myself. I just need a quiet, controlled space in the city, preferably. And yeah, that'd be great. It's all a learning curve, and I learned so much since running this show. And it's been an enjoyable experience, and I want to say huge thank you to everyone that's helped me find a space, find a place, including the individual that's lended their home to shoot our show. Their home's now a den just for this one particular show. So yes, you can also message me, Druid Phil, on Instagram as well if you have an idea. Thank you very much. Right, with that over with, we have our guest here today, Mikayli, a very talented poet, publisher, range of different skills. How are you doing? Hi.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
How are you doing?
Good. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining me on the show. You're involved with loads of different things, including a new poetry night in the scenes in Cork, Words Wander Back, which has been running for about a couple of months. How long's Words Wander Back?
Yeah, since February. So, yeah, a few months now.
Tell us about Words Wander Back.
It was inspired by the Underground Loft, which Ciarán Shanahan ran for many years. And it was where I kind of found my place in poetry, in the poetry scene in Cork.
Oh, really?
And, yeah, fell in love with all the people and all the work they were making, and then my friend Rebecca Jane Parke and I wanted to continue doing some kind of open mic night for the same sort of people and new people. So we created Words Wander Back. Yeah.
Congratulations, that's fantastic. So through the Underground Loft, you found your niche, your pack through that, was it?
Yeah, and then it's really expanded because we're in a totally different space. We're in the Gables on Douglas Street, which is kind of like an old man pub. It's very cozy. There's a fire. There's a nice kind of back room with booths, and so it's like we have some of the Loft people, but then we also have a new range of people that have been coming, and a lot of people that it's their first time ever reading poetry, which has been super rewarding and amazing. Yeah,
that's why those open mics are really beneficial. It's just focusing on the poetry, focusing on just coming in with a crowd that is just listening. Yeah,
and super encouraging and respectful, and I just get so excited every time someone is like, this is the first time I've ever read something in public.
I know, it's a big deal.
It is huge. Like, and that was me, like, you know, I only started reading here properly in like November. I'm pretty new to all of this.
November last year.
Yeah, like I did a couple of very like drunken poetry readings throughout the years, but mostly I was just a listener. And now like kind of finding my voice and hosting something and doing it continuously, like it's built my confidence up so much, and I want to pass that on to other people as well.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah,
that's all about. Yeah. And how's that journey going?
It's so good. Yeah, I feel amazing. And yeah, Rebecca, who's my co-host, she's incredible. And we create I don't know, it's a really special space. And it's also nice to have women running it, because a lot of these spaces are kind of dominated by men.
Yes.
So it's nice to have, and it feels super duper safe. and yeah. And we do games at the start, so it's always a little bit silly at the beginning, and people get to know each other. And then we have the open mic.
What sort of games?
So many different. I'm in charge of the game. Rebecca does the emceeing, and I always run the game part. So it's just random things usually that I make up in my head.
Oh, okay.
Did a time travel. We've done describing animals. We've done time travel. Yeah.
Well done. So including words wander back, doing poetry, you've also invented time travel.
Time travel.
Time travel game. What's the time travel game?
It's just that was just very silly, but it's just I had different time periods on little slips of paper, the Neolithic Ireland or ancient Egypt or whatever, and different tables would pick out of a hat a random time period, and then they had to write a poem as if they lived in that time period.
That's cool.
Yeah, so lots of silly things, but it gets people to kind of talk to each other, especially if you come alone or you don't really know anyone. You get to kind of break the ice, and then when we go up to read afterwards for the open mic, you know the people already that are doing it, so you're more invested, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's a really good group, and we just have really consistent 20, 25 people each time, which is way more than we could have ever imagined. So very happy with it.
And it's every second Tuesday a month, is it?
Yes. Yeah. Every second Tuesday at the Gables. Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah. And you mentioned there's some old crowd carried over from Underground Loft, but is there some new people that are coming? You mentioned that a small bit.
Yeah, there is. There's some from Ovail Govail, and then there's also just people that just turn up from the internet randomly, or
these people.
Yeah, but it's such a great group, and then and then people have stuck around. They're oh wow, this is great, and it's a nice rainge of ages as well, and from all different countries and all of that kind of thing. So it's a diverse crowd, which is really nice. And really talented, the people are really talented too.
Really?
Genuinely, the quality is really good.
I was only there once. Tuesday's an awkward day for me, but when I was there, it's a day off, and I found it really nice. Reminded me of the Loft, but in a very different spirit. That's the other good thing about these open mics. Each of them have a very different character, naturally, and that can really benefit readers, some readers, and especially readers who are starting off and have to find it, that probably feel like they need to find an open mic that's comfortable for them to get their foot in the door, or just a space to read out their poetry. Yeah,
absolutely. And I think that's a beautiful thing about Cork, is there is something for everyone, that there's so many different open mics and things going on that you can find your place in your community, which is the most important thing for me. This is the first time in my life that I'm this is my community, these poets, these people that's my community.
That's your pack.
Yeah, since I've been since I was a kid, this is the first time these are my people, It feels good to feel I belong somewhere.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Community of 25 or more.
Well, yeah, and all the other poetry open mics around Cork, and the whole poet scene in general. It is this is where I fit in, I think. Yeah, the oddballs.
the avant-garde, I call it, the wild avant-garde of
the.
Are we in the 22nd century now? I don't know. Yeah, the future of the time travelers. Yeah. That's really cool. Why did you go with Words Wander Back? Actually,
that was something I came up with. Actually, I sent Rebecca a list of a few different ones and had her kind of decide. But Words Wander Back was because usually any kind of poem I read or I hear read, there's usually one line that really sticks out to me, and that's the powerful bit that stays with me even when I go home. After an open mic session, I'm oh, that one sentence and that one poem, that was really powerful.
Of your poems or other people's poems? The whole lot? Of
anything, but
both,
mostly of other people's poems. Because sometimes when you're at an open mic, there's so much going on, and you kind of some of it washes over you, and then some of it really sticks, and it's usually one or two lines that really stick for me. So that was kind of the words wandering back into your head.
Right.
Yeah, so that was the idea, and then hopefully bringing people hopefully people would wander back to the poetry night the next time.
But also, like, I was thinking, like, when I was thinking of what I could ask you during the show, and listening came up, and that's part of listening. Find that verse in your head, and that's the verse that wanders back into your mind and kind of lives with you for a bit. And listening can bring that, and listening's so important.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, even I remember at a Vail Go Vail, like you did one of the 5-word challenges, and it was like something about like the stones, like the sound of 2 stones separated, and like.
Vaguely remember.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But it was like that has still stayed with me, like what is it? Yeah.
Wandered away from me. I had to find it again. Go on.
Yeah. No, that's it. Yeah, just like the sound. Yeah, I was like something about like 2 stones, like the sound of 2 stones together and then 2 stones apart. And I was like, that's so beautiful, like, and that like has stuck with me. So, hopefully creating a space where people can find those lines for themselves and find a way into poetry that way.
And just that one line could really inspire someone.
Absolutely, yeah.
And also misremembering as well, which is great, because I don't know that I exactly worded it that way.
No, I don't think it's exactly like that, but something like
we'll
that.
Have to find that.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the e-reader. I'll find it and rewrite it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for remembering that for me. I'll have to find the word. Please make the word wander back, please. Yes. Like you mentioned, like you get a nice crowd of people in. What sort of people like turn up to the event, and do you remember some of the words they say and what words they inspire? Just focusing more on the words than the people, really. That's mainly my question. Like, you remember me with the stones. Your memory test. How many test. Can the words wander back right now?
Yeah, I know, right? We have a really good group, and we have a lot of people from like the UCC Film Masters program.
That's through Rebecca, I presume.
Yeah, through Rebecca. So those, so they kind of bring in, they're more kind of academic, and they bring in, sometimes they read a passage from a book, or, incorporate a film or something into the start of their poems, which is kind of interesting because it brings awareness to me of like different poets that I would have never read before, things like that. And they're really strong poets, and then we have like a lot of like random beautiful people that that are there.
Some beginners you mentioned, some people that never read an open mic before.
Like if I was gonna talk about someone who I just have been so surprised and amazed that like he's never properly read in front of anyone until Words Wander Back, was Vinny. I don't know if you know Vinny. So he's from Brazil, and he's just blown me away. Like he should probably tell the story himself, but he began writing his first poems in English when he was still in Brazil, and I think it was sort of a private thing just for him, and then coming to Ireland and just kind of getting up the courage to read in front of people. And he is such a natural, like the rhythm, the way that he writes and the way that he reads his words too, or like just incredible, and it's really blown me away. And I've just said to him, like, you have to write a book. Like, this is this is incredible stuff,
No, he's come a long way for a short length time, and he's got that natural gift as well.
Yeah,
that
very
I
natural.
Really enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely. So just people like that I'm like, how lucky are we to have you? And who knows what you're going to, he's still like, he's in his 20s, like who knows what he's going to do in his life, and we're here at the beginning of that, which feels really lucky. Yeah. So agree.
Yeah. An example as Finny, I remember M reading out for the first time in Underground Loft. I was blown away. They also had that natural ability that I found amazing. They come a long way. So like these people that just need their first time, their first space, just to go up to a microphone, and just for us to say this. I'm so happy that I've listened and found this person, and they're inspiring.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's all down thanks to Words Wander Back, Underground Loft, and Rolling Up. It's a combination of different things, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely.
It takes courage, I presume.
Oh, so much. Like, I was terrified. Like, I remember the first time, like, because I was asked, I only read a couple things, again, like I said, like very rarely over the last couple of years, and then Kieran asked me to do the Winter Warmer for the Underground Loft last November, and I was so terrified.
Was that the first time you performed?
Yeah, properly. Like that was, yeah.
Not in an open mic setting, or did you perform the open mic beforehand? Because I actually wasn't sure.
Yeah,
I'm not sure now,
I'd done like I'd done like 1 or 2 open mic readings, and then like over the last couple of years, and then when I was asked to do that, I started doing readings at the Underground Loft to kind of prepare myself. But I was so terrified, like I was shaking, like, and I like couldn't even properly say the words, and I was like, just like, you know, the whole body like shut down, kind of like you're just like, I feel like I can't walk or like breathe or like.
Well, it was hard to tell. You were fantastic.
Terrified. But then by the time I got to the Winter Warmer and like was actually on stage, I felt more comfortable.
So you worked.
It's just the practice and trying to be around, you know, just saying, reading your words in front of people is so terrifying. And like, and now I'm hosting. Now I feel quite comfortable like hosting a open mic. So it's crazy how fast things can change, you know.
Keep up the great work. Yeah, Keep up the great work. And you sounded amazing in that Winter Warmer. I think that was the first time I ever heard you say poetry. I knew you were a poet anyway, but it was my first time seeing it. I think I've read your poems before then. I think I might be wrong, but definitely I enjoyed your poems then.
Thank you.
That was a great Winter Warmer that as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was magic. Yeah,
other guests as well, but they were fantastic.
Yeah, it was fantastic. That's such a good event. Like it's one of my favorite events of the year. It's just amazing. Yeah, it really is.
We're going to have it again.
Yeah,
we're going to have it again for sure. Keep a lookout for Winter Warmer, which is on the last November every year. It's a great poetry event. 2 days or 3 days depending, and last time we had it in the Triskel in Cork City, and it's won by Ovail Govail at the moment. So keep a lookout for that, and you might see Mikayli and me there.
Yeah.
And back to you. Do you and Words Wonder Back? Did you what direction do you think it's going? Do you want to add more to the event? Do you want to keep it the way it is, or what's the story in the picture of the Words Wonder Back?
Yeah, I definitely want to keep, consistently going with the every other Tuesday. I think it's good to have that consistency in that space, and people can, they can just rock up and they know something's going to be happening that night, and especially on a Tuesday when not much else is happening. But we're going down to Bantry for the Culture Night on, I think it's like the 18th of September.
Yes.
We're going to a community cafe, mental health cafe there, and we're going to do like a little pop-up Words Wonder Back session with people there. And I'd like to take that further as well, like to travel around, at least around Cork County a little bit. And because I think we have a unique, it's not just having an open mic, but also like holding that space for people is something that I just love to do. And I think that's something that like is a strength for Rebecca and I. So bringing that to more communities. And having a little game and having the open mic and sharing our own poetry as well. And hopefully asking other regulars to come along with us and read some of their poetry.
New people in a different place.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and is it always going to be mental health, or is it just for that event in Bantry?
That's just for that event. I have a friend who works there, so it's just kind of through that. But I think it really suits. I think a lot of sometimes we're like some nights are. It's so funny. Like I think any kind of hosting an event that's regular, some nights are like really silly and giggly, and everyone is like kind of in high spirits, and then some nights people bring things that they really need to share, and because it's poetry, there's like there's an ability to like share things that are really deep and really difficult because it's in this kind of condensed form. It feels safe, and because we, I think, create a space that feels very safe. So sometimes it is quite heavy. Like sometimes people bring in, trauma or mental health struggles or things they're going through. And it is like, it's almost like a group therapy session. You're like, whoa, like, gosh, like, do I want to share this? But then being on the other side of it, it's also so nice to hear what other people are going through, because sometimes you get so stuck in your head of like, I'm the only one struggling, and
Yeah.
everyone else seems like they're totally fine, and I feel like a mess. And then this is a place where people can, can come and share whatever is going on in their life, and we can be there for each other. And then,
Yeah.
sometimes afterwards you go up and be like, you can talk to someone and be like, hey, I've been going through that too, or, there's so many connections you can make. So yeah, definitely the mental health thing makes sense. But it's not like our only focus, because some nights it's just like super sexy poems, or like or super silly poems, or like whatever, and it's not even there's no like theme, it's just whatever, like I think the kind of group dynamic kind of creates different different experiences each time, which it was fun. Yeah, you just have to go with it.
There's a lot there in that
Yes.
whole sentence. Definitely through my experience, want to add that also with the mental health, putting what you're going through into words can be good from the reader's point of view as well. It's like saying it to the world that what's going on, and afterwards they could feel like they pushed the stone, they pushed the stone up the hill. It's a bit too metaphorical. Excuse me. They've said it, and they've put their emotions into words, and that can help.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's very powerful, super powerful.
Yeah. But also fun as well. It's good to have the open mics. It's good to have a laugh together when someone says some funny poem.
Yes,
that could be just
totally.
so nice. Everyone, they say like a quirk. It's a good feeling as well when you say something that's meant to be kind of funny and quirky, and then everyone just actually laughs.
Yes, absolutely.
That's also accomplishment as well, and you have a verse that you intend to be funny.
Yeah, totally. And getting, that's the beauty of an open mic, is that you get the automatic response. You're not just saying it like to yourself, and you're not, even like on a formal stage or something, it's a different kind of atmosphere. But because we're all kind of sitting around in a circle around you, like there is kind of like a, I'm gonna laugh here, or I'm gonna respond kind of immediately to some degree. Like it's almost like stand-up comedy in that way.
It can be, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a bit of a difference, because I think open mic invites listening.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's an open gig. Anyone has the opportunity to sign up for the microphone, to no judgment.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
It's a low bar, but that because like you're not everyone's at the same level.
Yeah.
There's a bit of equality there, the person who's performed in loads of shows, been published loads of times, is now at the same level as someone who's turning up for the first time. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I like the amount of times that I've found the power in the person that's showing up for the first time can sometimes be way better than someone who's done a million shows, just
Very
depending
true.
on the night. Yeah.
And it is on the night.
Yeah.
It is a night, because I don't think any time people have responded to the same way to my poems. It's never been the same way twice.
Absolutely.
Even my silly poems, I poems I know that make people laugh. They laugh at different parts of it. Sometimes they don't laugh at all. And that's just how it works, It's all about the night, how they're listening, how I'm reading it. And that's why open mics are good for that, because you're actually practicing in a way.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's why Words Wonder Back is great.
Yes.
Nice. And what else are you involved in Cork City?
Yeah.
Well, you were part of the Fringe Festival, weren't you?
I was, yeah.
Do you want to talk about that?
The Cork Fringe Festival, that was amazing. Really random. But yeah, my friend Jeevani from LA, who was my childhood friend, we grew up in Iowa together. And we used to make little films and plays and like operas and all sorts of silly stuff as kids.
Back when you were growing up in the US, is that right?
Yeah. And we just on a whim decided to apply for the Cork Fringe Festival. And we just had kind of a vague idea of doing some sort of like interactive performance art space. With different, like a ton of different actors doing different things, and then people could come into the space and kind of interact with people and be silly and play.
Very childlike. I love it.
Yeah. It's like, definitely that was a huge focus of it, play in general. And yeah, we were lucky enough to be accepted, and then we were like, oh shit, now we've got to actually put this all together and
you had to
do
actually
something.
decide what you're going to do.
Yeah, we did have a vague idea, but a lot of things kind of changed over time. But it was great because the venue, Callanan's, was the venue that I had in my head when we were pitching the idea, but I didn't kind of mention it, and then that was what they offered to us, which was great. It was a great space.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a really cool spot. And then we had 9 performers doing different things. We had rats playing cards, and we had like someone putting lipstick
rats. On. What say it again?
We had rats like wearing like paper mache rat masks.
People wearing.
People, yes. We didn't
up
have
as
actual rats. Yeah.
Playing cards. Bit of a performance art right there.
Yes.
And what was next?
Yeah, and then we have like someone putting on lipstick and makeup and then taking it off and putting it on and taking it off.
Oh
wow. We had someone with a like worm puppet that was a kind of bartender, and it was in the Snug, and you could kind of go there and like have a chat with him. And
how large was that? Was this tiny?
It was like a hand sized
Wow.
hand sized puppet, and then like a little it was a little old TV frame that was turned into a little miniature bar.
I love that interaction. I had experience similar to that before. But go on, what was after that?
And then we had like a little tent that you could go in, and there was Play-Doh, and you were supposed to like sculpt any worries that you're having, and then you could squish them. And we had me, that I was like a kind of human canvas, so I was wearing all white, and people could come paint on me. And then we had someone with a toothbrush scrubbing the walls, and you could help scrub the walls and the floor and everything. And have chats. And we had someone going around with golden eggs that had little questions in them, and they'd kind of match strangers together and then give them a question to ask each other, kind of a deep question. And then we had like different masks and like dress up things for people to dress up, and in the back room we had a dream oracle, so you could write down your dreams, and then there was an oracle that would read them out
so much
to the room. And and a little poetry corner as well with different words you could kind of velcro together and create poems. So a lot of stuff going on.
How was the turnout?
It was great. Like we were worried we only sold like half the tickets before the shows started, and we were a bit like freaked out, but then by the end we sold out almost every show. It was like tons of people just showed up on the door, and we sold out. We had six shows over 2 days, and
congratulations,
they were almost all sold out. It was amazing.
Brilliant.
Worked out really well.
Did you have fun?
So much fun. It was amazing. And to just do that with my childhood friend, like have kind of legitimize our dreams from our childhood, and like, we can do this now as grown-ups in real life in front of people. And we're like hopefully going to do more Fringe shows.
Tell the dream. Oh my god. How did they find it?
Good. Absolutely. Like amazing. Like, and such a commitment, like coming over from LA, and she was here for 2 weeks, and it was just us running around finding props, making things. Like, it was chaotic, but it was amazing.
Who else was involved? What was the crew like?
It was amazing. It was mostly people in Cork, and then we had 2 people from Dublin, and then Jeevany from LA, and then
And you?
And me, yes.
And people were drawing on you. What was that like? Did I get that right?
Painting, like kind of washable, like paints, like little kid kind of paints. They're kind of like primary colors. It was a good experience. It was interesting. It was something I always wanted to do. I think it's kind of a trope of female performance art, is kind of getting people to paint on you. I don't know. It's something that I've seen. New
trope. I think tropes are mostly very new to me. All of them have been. But go on anyway. Sorry for interrupting you.
No, it's okay. It's kind of like a Yoko Ono kind of Marina Abramovich kind of like thing of like interacting with audience members and kind of trust exercise too.
I know what you mean now. I was kind of exaggerating there earlier. But go on.
Okay. But it was a good, like, I'm so happy I did it, because it was something I always wanted to do. And I was amazed at how respectful everyone was too, and how sweet. Because I wasn't supposed to talk. I was just sort of gesturing, and like there was only like one instance that I felt a little bit uncomfortable, but for the most part, everyone was so sweet, and like just drawing like unicorns on me, and like, you know, flowers, and like it was just like so lovely. Yeah, and it was just a really sweet way of interacting with all the audience members. Yeah.
Oh my God, that sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
I saw some of the photographs and it just looked very, the whole show looked very playful.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done. Would you do it again?
Yeah, that's the plan. Like, I don't know. I think it will probably transform, but we definitely want to do other fringe shows, and we're kind of part of that network now. So I think it'll be easy enough to do more. And yeah, and definitely leaning into that kind of play theme and the importance of grown-ups being able to have spaces to play, I think is really important. Yeah. Definitely.
I love like having those wild spaces. That's what I found with the Oh No 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 event.
Mm-hmm.
That improv open mic, improv music gathering.
Yeah.
I have been trying to get some of the runners of that on the show. We'll see about that. But that's also a very childlike event that's on kind of once a season, I would say. It really depends on if one of the runners is one of the organisers is down from Dublin. But that's also a very fantastic event that allows the childlike energy just play music.
Absolutely.
And the games in that are so much fun.
Yeah.
I've actually seen you there. That's a great event, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that's something that's a great strength of yours, is just your playfulness. Oh. Absolutely. Yeah, and it's lovely. Yeah. I
think it's so much fun. I think we hold a lot. As we grow up, we feel like we can't just let ourselves go.
Yeah.
And I think being part of being creative is being childlike.
Absolutely.
You know, that's not a cliche. That's not a trope. That's honesty, you know? Sorry, tropes are on. Anyway, be childlike, you know, and you have to let that energy out, you know, and I think you always have time to be a child, I think, in some ways.
Definitely. And it's important to create those spaces, like, because I think, I don't know, I was talking to someone about this, that like a lot of times we're so serious and take ourselves so seriously, and, you know, move through the world really like, okay, we know, like, we have to enter a room and, you know, we know what we're like, and we have to be very like kind of stiff, and then like the only times that you get to kind of let loose and be silly is when you're drinking as a grown-up. And then those nights when you're drinking, like, it's not the same energy, you know. It can get kind of, sometimes it's really playful and lovely, but then other times it feels almost a little bit dangerous, or there's something that's kind of dark in it, whereas like
drinking can probably introduce other things, potential
yeah, exactly.
things.
But
what you mean?
Yeah, but I think like why people like to do it is because it does give you permission to kind of be ridiculous, you know, and we need that space to be able to be ridiculous, but we don't let ourselves do it, you know, maybe in safer or healthier environments. It's a lot of times just like, I'm going to be super serious all the time and do everything right, and then I'm going to go out and drink and be crazy, you know? Whereas like creating these spaces where you don't have to drink, you can just play and be silly in kind of an innocent way is I think, for me at least, really
organic.
Yeah, and necessary. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, no, I think you're onto something there. Definitely. There's other ways to be creative and to let yourself go than just getting yourself absolutely hammered.
Yes. That's important too. That's something.
Keep an eye out for the next Oh No No. It's run by two amazing artists, Lucia and Ben. Ben down in Cork and Lucia who's from Dublin, and they're just two inspiring individuals. It's on in the Liberty, South Main Street, isn't it? Yeah, that's another event. Improv music, but with a childlike energy. Do you think Where's Wonder Back does that, bring out the child in people as well? Yeah, the games definitely do. Like sometimes, like for the time travel one, like I made like a tinfoil hat and I was wearing it, and then everyone who read a poem had to wear the tinfoil hat. And I like sometimes I bring little like toys or like different things. So I think that part is also important, because I think in poetry
sometimes we can take ourselves a little bit, like including me, I can take myself too seriously with it.
Yeah.
And it's nice
Yeah.
at the beginning to just be like kind of ridiculous. And then, you know, and then you can also have space to, you know, share something that's deep or intense or meaningful. But to kind of start off with something silly, I think really helps. And it helps everyone get comfortable in the space too. So yeah, definitely playfulness is part of where it's Wonderback as well. Oh.
We're definitely going to play something there in a little while. But before that, do you want to read out a poem?
Okay.
And then we're going to play a game.
Okay, cool.
How does that sound?
That sounds good.
Do you want to read a poem?
Okay, so this is the first poem that I ever read out loud to anyone at a Fred Zeppelin's open mic night many years ago, I think in like 2023. Yeah, so this is that poem. And it's called Streetlight. We met right here, exactly here, under the streetlight. And we said goodbye over there, on the corner by the pillars. We said hello again, outside my house, inside your house, on the roof by the fire. We promised to just be friends, over there on the bridge, then kissed on that bench, by the fountain in the park, and in all the pubs of Cork. Then we went back, because I thought it would be romantic, to tell you I love you, right here, under the streetlight. We left the city. We shouted I love you to the rocks and the sea and the rain and the wind and the little farmhouses and the cows and the sheep, the standing stones and the countryside churches and graveyards. Then we returned and kissed once more under your blankets, twice by the shop that sells pots and pans, 3 times under the clock tower. We stood in the rain for hours and I froze to the bone but couldn't leave you, even covered in all those wool layers. I could see your heart was leaking, but I couldn't stop it. We said our final goodbye on the riverbank. I stripped down and jumped into the water to wash you off me, to cleanse myself, but all our memories just flowed back into the cityscape. We'll say goodbye again, maybe across the road by the coffee shop, or down by the docks where kids on their bikes stop to stare at us, or strangers very much in love will be strolling late at night, arm in arm, and overhear us. Maybe we will say hello and goodbye, and I love you and I don't love you 1,000,000 times. And then time will go by, and we'll move on, as people always do. For a while, I'll avoid those places, the coffee shops and street corners, the bridge that always reminds me of you. And I'll feel the rush of anxious dread mixed with excitement at the sight of the color orange in the distance, a silhouette I recognize, then relief as they get closer, and I realize it's just a stranger. Until one day I'll stroll under the streetlight, completely oblivious. The feelings that once floored me, now forgotten. The light bulb will die out and be replaced, and your image, my love, will blend back into the cityscape.
What a journey. What a journey. Wow.
Huh.
I saw you got a bit emotional while you were reading it.
Yeah, did
A
I?
little bit. Maybe. It's a memory anyway.
It's definitely a memory, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's trying to kind of capture I think Cork is a unique place because it's a city, but it's so small. And, you know, especially if you fall in love or you have big experiences that then, you know, finish or you break up or whatever it is, you know, you kind of, even losing a friend or anything like that, because the city is so small, you end up in the same places. And yeah, I don't know if you feel like that, but I get very reminded of past experiences when I'm in a place that I had those experiences. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense.
Well, I'm from here, so I maybe just take for granted how small the place is. So.
Yeah, but I think my memories, like I could kind of forget something completely, and then when I'm walking and I see something that reminds me of that, then like whoa, like that just, it brings it all back in, like, and I feel it all in my body really strongly.
Little spot, yeah.
I don't know.
I
capture that.
I get what you mean. I guess what you mean. Yeah. Like I always associate Glanmire with my first ex, like, you know, so it's the same sort of thing, like, because that's when I found out what Glanmire was a place.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
because it's the opposite end of Cork to me.
Yeah.
So that's a silly example, but but that whole poem is absolutely incredible. I think even though you're talking about somebody, I think it's actually more about you in a way.
Yeah.
That's what I felt from it.
Yeah.
Even though you're talking about an experience, I think it was more about your feelings and your. Wow, I love it. I
Thank
love
you.
it. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah.
Do you want to do another?
Sure. Yeah. Okay, so I have a 1-year-old son named Arthur, and I wrote this in the middle of the night when he couldn't sleep, and I was awake with him. It's called 3 o'clock in the morning. He wakes and begins to crawl, 3, 4, 5 in the morning. I was never a morning person, but now I rise before the park gate is unlocked at dawn, before the ovens begin to hum in the bakery, before the daily catch has been packed in ice. He practices moving towards me and away from me, eventually coming over to pull my hair and scratch my face. All these little marks from someone, still learning he and I are different people. I put my head under the blankets for a moment's rest, and he exhales a single cry, then stops. Because at that age, when he can't see something, it ceases to exist. And he makes peace with that loss very quickly. He moves on, rolls over, calms himself, starts singing in his own language the song of sleep. I pop my head up and wrap my arms around his tiny body, the golden light against my chest, and I wish he never had to learn the pain of loss. I wish I could let go and make peace that quickly. I hold on tight, and his fingers find my mouth, pinching my lips slowly, soothing himself. Once again reminding us, the pain is here, the love is here, we are here, and it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, that's trying to think of how babies experience the world.
Yeah.
Because they really don't know anything.
They really don't.
Yeah, they have to learn how. That's one of my favorite things about. That's one of my favorite things to notice when babies learn to laugh.
Yeah.
Because for a short while they actually don't know how to laugh. When they find laughter comes, it's great.
It is, absolutely.
But there's a lot in that poem what a great poem.
Thank you.
Makes you really think.
Yeah, there's so much, he teaches me so much all the time, and just to look at everything from such a different perspective is really, really, really helpful, I think. Yeah. He's a gift. It's cheesy, but yeah.
Arthur's great.
Yeah, he's the best.
Yeah. Hello, Arthur, from the den.
Hello.
Big wave up there, big baby wave up there for little Arthur, her little listener. Right. You can be little for a little while. Let's do a game. Do you want to do a game?
Yes, let's do a game.
You had an idea of like a Frankenstein sort of poem idea.
Yeah. It's like the Exquisite Corpse, which usually is like drawings, but I think we might do like a poetry version of it.
Do you want to describe the rules, and then we can give the corpse a go?
Yeah, so this is like if you can find a friend or someone, random person on the street, or
yeah. So listeners, usually you guys can partake in this show, but partake in the exercise. But unfortunately, you need a second friend or second foe. So you have to go off and find someone else to listen to the podcast, right, physically right next to you. Or you could do it through the phone. Actually, that could
well, maybe.
preferably someone right next to you, and you. Yeah. So yeah.
So
you need a friend.
I need a friend, a bit of paper, and a pen. And it's okay. Then we're going to fold the paper maybe into, I'd say like 4 sections, and you're going to start by writing 2 or 3 lines of poetry, and then you're going to fold it over. So only the last line is visible.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you're going to pass it over to the person next to you. And they're going to just take that one last line and use it as inspiration for their writing their 2 or 3 lines. And then they're going to fold it over so there's only the last line visible. And so on and so forth. And then you can, at the end, you reveal the whole poem. And it's like a kind of mystery. and see if it turns into anything nice. Yeah.
You can have as many friends as you want partake.
Yeah, you can have loads. Yeah.
Getting loads,
Yeah.
thousands. You can do like a mind wipe on yourself and just fold over the paper, forget about the word, and come back to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That could be another way.
Yeah, you can do it yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, you could just do it yourself. You know, if you've got a terrible short-term memory, it's perfect. There's time travel going on. Cool. And we're going to listen to some music while we do it. You picked the song. Do you remember the song?
Yeah. If we could do, like, I've been obsessed with this lady, Anna Ash. And yeah, Fruits of My Labor is, the song that I've been kind of listening to on repeat. And it helps me write. So, yeah.
Cool. Then we're going to listen to that while we play this game.
Okay.
Cool. And you guys can listen too, partake, and see what Frankenstein corpse poem you come up with. I'm very excited what we come up with. Cool. Let's jump right to it.
Curtains on the windows too. Keep the bright and unforgiving light from shining through. And baby, I remember all the things we did when we slept together in the blue behind your eyelids, baby, sweet baby. Chase your sin through the gloom till I found these purple flowers. I was spent, I was soon smelling you for hours. Lavender, lotus blossoms too. Water the dirt and flowers last for you, babe. Sweet baby. Tangerines and persimmons and sugar cane. The grapes and honey do melon, enough fit for a queen. And lemon trees don't make a sound till branches bend and fruit falls to the ground, baby, sweet baby. I've been crying for truth is my savior. And baby, sweet baby, if it's all the same, take the glory any day over the fame, baby. Sweet baby.
Way back, yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back, everyone. How did that go? That was fun. Listen to the backing track as well. I think we both went into our own little zones there as we passed the sheet backwards and forwards. I found a challenge folding it actually. Yeah, here's the little folded poem I have here in my hands, and I thought it'd be a nice idea that we read out each other's verses back to each other. So you try and read my handwriting, I try and read yours. I think both our handwriting, thankfully, is kind of block, so it should be block based, so it should be okay.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, let's start.
You go for it.
Okay.
Can you read it?
What's this word?
Stones.
Stones, okay. I try to remember stones. Let them wander back. Maybe have an open window.
On a rainy night, with the smell of yesterday's oranges.
Picked and eating, little sons hold in one hand.
Although I would rather hold your hand, but the rain is getting worse and I have to go.
Maybe soon is not enough. As soon as the moon grows oranges.
Or perhaps there are lemons. I cannot remember what you smell like. Perhaps less sour or more sweet.
That's the moon that I wander back to. A wander.
Under and over the raindrops. Oh, that's great. That's great. Maybe I should take a picture of this and you guys can have a full read of the poem all together instead of going backwards. I hope it came true, okay?
Absolutely.
Maybe it could work. I think it's perfect the way it is. We'll give it a go. That's the fun of it, though. It's doing it together. I think that was what it is, and we wanted to still have that togetherness,
Yeah.
Still a bit of that. Cool. That was fun. Thank you so much and that's some of the games you play during Words Wonder Back, which is, I can feel that energy, that icebreaker.
Yes.
Do you have any announcements you want to say or anything that you want to mention?
No, just Words Wander Back. We're on Instagram and every other Tuesday at the Gables at 8:00. And that's it.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, listen, lads, thank you once again for joining us on our show. Big wave out from the den. I think we're out, aren't we? I think that's it.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
What words did you going to take with this and you're going to remember now? It's going to wander back to you as you go throughout your day, get stuck in the rain, get stuck in the sun, and green oranges underneath the moon, or lemons, or sweet or sour, whatever those are. Cool. Still writing the poem. Listen, lads, you take care, and thank you very much for listening in. Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.